All right, this is the last part of the review. This is part 2, questions 29 through 35. And I'm gonna focus here a little bit more heavily on the calculator. We've talked about finding the solution to a system, and you can use your calculator to help you out. So just kind of reminding you, if we go to our calculation screen, it's gonna be menu, algebra is option 3, and then we're gonna go to solve systems, which is option 2. I have 2 equations and I'm using the variables x and y, so I'm going to leave that alone. The first part, in that first box, I'm typing in my first equation. Second box, I'm going to type my second equation. Press enter and I get my answer. So make sure I type that right. Yeah. So here we're looking at 22 over 7, and the y value is 3 over 7. If I look at question 30, it's asking me the same thing, but this time I just want the x coordinate. So I can still do the system solver here. I'm still using my x and y. So I'm going to type in my first equation, 4x plus 5y equals 8. And then the bottom, I'll type out my second equation. And this time when I press enter, because I only want the x coordinate, I'm just going to take that first number because it's x, then y. So my x value is -3. Okay. 31, similar, except now we want just the y coordinate. So I'm going to use my calculator again, menu, 3, 2. I still have 2 equations. I'm still using the x and the y. So I'm going to type my 4x plus 5y equals 8, which is the same one. So just showing you again. You didn't really need to type it all out. So and you'll see here I got the same answer because it's the same problem. This time I just want the y coordinate, which is the 4. Okay. Question 32, it says the following graph represents a system of equation. What appears to be the number of solutions to this system? Solutions to a system is going to be where the graphs intersect. And here I see these lines are parallel, which means they will never intersect, so they will never have a solution. There's no solutions here. All right, 33, we have to write an equation, a system of equations. So it says Speedy Delivery Services delivers its standard crates using a fleet of vans and trucks. A van can hold up to 20 standard crates and a truck can hold up to 35 standard crates. If Speedy Delivery Services needs to deliver exactly 270 standard crates and at one time using 12 full vehicles, which system of linear equations could be used to determine the number of vans x and the number of trucks y needed for this delivery? Okay, so it's helping us out. It's telling us our vans is the x variable and the number of trucks we need are the y variables. It tells us we can only use 12 vehicles. I have 12 vehicles total that can be used. So that means all of my vans plus all of my trucks has to come out to 12 total. So this 12 has been used. The next part, I have 20 crates, 35 crates, and a total of 270 crates. All of these numbers representing crates go together. Okay, so this 20 goes for my van, which is represented by X. My 35 goes for my truck, which is represented by Y. and it's got to be equal to that total of 270. So then from here I go and I look to see which one matches, and it's not A, might be, it's not D, so it's between these two. So then I look to see 20 is with X, where 35 is with X on part B. So my answer is going to be C. For 34, it says, at a college bookstore, Carla purchased a math textbook and a novel that costs a total of $54, not including tax. If the price of the math book M is $8 more than 3 times the price of the novel N, what is the cost of the math book? Okay, so here we need to write a system and then solve, and it's telling us our variables. It tells us the price of the math textbook M, so M is representing the cost for the math book, and then the price of the novel is being represented by the variable N. The other thing I want to do now is I want to see if I can find any totals, and I see here I have a total of $54. So that means I have an equals 54. It says the cost of the textbook and the novel is $54. So my textbook M plus the cost of my novel N is 54. I'm not going to use that 54 again. Then I have my next statement. It says if the price of the math textbook M is $8 more than the price, 3 times the price of the novel. So because of this word is, it's telling us where that equal sign goes. The math textbook M is my equals $8 more, so I'm adding 8 to 3 times the novel. So that's 3N. From here, I can use my calculator to solve for the price of the novel and the math textbook. So I go menu, 3, 2. This time, because I'm using the variables M and N, I'm going to go ahead and change my X and Y to M, comma, N. Enter. So I can see it's registered, and then I can go ahead and type my equations in as I see it. M plus N equals 54. And then I have M equals 3N plus 8. Enter. And I get my 2 values. Okay, it's asking me for the price of a math textbook. Math is my M, so it's my 85 over 2, and I don't see that as an answer choice. But if I do 85 divided by 2, control enter, I get my decimal answer, 42.5, and that one is an answer. And then the last one here, it says the graph of y equals 0.6x minus 5 is shown, and this is exactly how you're going to see your question on your test. Which ordered pair is a solution to y is greater than or equal to 0.6x plus 5? Greater than means we're shading above. So everything above in here is going to be a solution. So I want to know which one of these points when plotted is a solution. So that's one way to go about it. You can also substitute the x and y values in to the inequality and see which one gives you a true statement. So if I go with 4, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, I'm just underneath the boundary line, so that is not a solution. Then I go to B, which is 4, negative 4, 3, which is a little bit lower, so it's not a solution. I go to C, which is negative 4, positive 3. That right there is holding strong and solid, so that one looks good. And then just to be on the safe side, I'll go ahead and look at the last one, 8, negative 4. can see it's nowhere near the shading as well. So I'm going to stick with C as my final answer. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have questions.